Hi everybody and welcome back to my channel. So a lot of you have been asking me to film a get ready with me. So I thought today would be the perfect day to do it. I just got out of the shower and last night I did a tan, so I just kind of washed it off. I washed my hair, so I'm gonna show you guys how I blow dry my hair and the products that I use to do so. So a lot of you guys asked me these questions, and then after that we're gonna do my makeup with you guys as well. So first off, I'm going to show you guys the tanning product that I've been using lately that I love so much, and I think it's the best I've ever used so far, and then the facial tanning product that I use as well. Okay, so for my body tan, I use this Bali Body. This is the dark self-tanning mousse, and this is streak free, so it doesn't leave streaks all over your body, which is great. And then for the face, I have two recommendations. One is this Bali Body facial tanning water, and you have to use like a cotton pad to rub it on, or this Nuda Canada. This is a facial tanning water, but this is just a spray that you just spray on before you do your makeup or before bed, and it really helps. Okay, so I'm going to show you guys the products that I use when I get out of the shower on my wet hair. So there's three products. One, this is the Ulta 10 Leave-In Plus with Keratin, which I spray all around my hair. Two is this leave-in mask. This is from Moroccan Gold, and it's incredible. It works so good, and it gets all the knots out of my hair when I go to brush it. And three, I use this True Keratin. This is the summertime sun shield. Since I live in Florida, I like to protect my hair from the sun because it does damage blonde hair. So all I'm gonna do is just use the Ulta 10 and spray around the hair, just like so. Really getting underneath and on the ends. Make sure that you get underneath too. And then next, I'm going to use this Moroccan Gold series. Sorry, let me focus, guys. This is the Moroccan Gold series. So I'm gonna use this now, same exact thing, just all around the hair, like so. And then same exact thing with this. I know my neck is so red, and everyone comments my skin gets so red if you just touch it, so that's why I'm red right now. It'll go away. And just spray through, protecting your hair from the sun, like so. And then we're done with that prepping process. All right, so next up, something that I cannot stress enough, I feel is super important for the perfect blowout. I use this Dyson blow dryer. It's super amazing, but I don't use this to blow my hair out. I use this to dry it to about like 70%, and then I use something else to go in and actually blow my hair out for that volume. So I'm gonna use this really quickly and show you guys how I do it. I don't fully dry the hair, I'm just making it so it's damp. So let's go. Okay, so now that my hair is prepped and ready, next up I use this Revlon blow dry brush. I use this for my blowouts, and a lot of you guys have told me that you love this too. This is one of my favorite products. It just gives me the best blowout that lasts for like 3 or 4 days. So I prepped it with the Dyson, and then I'm gonna go in with this and I'll show you guys how I section my hair and basically use this to create that perfect blowout. Okay, so I'm gonna go in and just grab the bottom pieces of my hair right here and take the rest and just pull it upward on the head and clip it. And then I'm going to bring those two pieces forward, excuse me, and take your little wet brush, which by the way, I highly recommend using a wet brush over anything else, and just lightly brush out those pieces. Like so. Okay? So next, we're going to turn on our blow dryer, and you're gonna watch me I'm gonna go on the high level, and we're just going to blow it out. This brush rolls like so on this cord, so it's really cool. You can actually roll it. That way you can create that blowout effect. So let's do this. Okay, so as you can see, just as an example on those two pieces, I have a lot of volume there, and those are just the first two pieces. So basically I'm going to be creating sections throughout my head from bottom to top. And then once we get to the crown area, I'll show you guys how to blow out the bangs and everything like that. But I'm just going to go ahead and basically quickly show you guys how to run through this. Okay, so once you've ran through all of most of the parts of your hair, you're gonna get to the final part, which I had said it was a little bit more difficult. This is like the top crown of my head where my bangs are. So what I'm going to do is I'm leaving this section here to brush out because I have a thicker crown. So I'm going to brush that out. Brush, brush, brush. And what I do is I brush it flat like this. And then I'm going to take my finger or a really, really sharp pointed brush and grab that top section right up here. So you're grabbing that top section and you're layering the blow dry after that. So I'm gonna blow dry this. I know you can't see my face, but just watch. Alright guys, so now you see that voluminous blowout that I have here from this amazing Revlon blow drying brush. Now I can go back in and I can kind of, you know, dry some more sections, but I think I did a pretty good job today. And then lastly, this is the Living Proof Frizz Vanishing Oil. I always use this after my blowouts just because sometimes you get flyaways. So I use this, it has a little dropper. And I'm just going to drop 1, 2, 3 drops. Rub it into my hands. Don't put too much at the scalp if you tend to get greasy hair. Kind of just run it through your ends. Slightly run it through the top, not too much. But you're really using this just to make sure that you don't have too much frizz from all that heat that you just used. Especially for blondes, like obviously we tend to get a lot of flyaways. So I just use that. And that is how I do my blowouts. Easy, probably took me about 20 minutes, whereas if I use the Dyson with a round brush, it would probably take me like 30 to 45 minutes. I do have a lot of hair, so this is the easiest method for me, so I hope it works for you guys. Okay guys, so once my blowout is done, obviously I wanna do my makeup and kind of pull my hair back a little bit, so I do clip it up. And the first step for me to even start my makeup, obviously I use a moisturizer and a primer. So you can use any moisturizer that you prefer, but for the primer I use this Glam Glow Super Mattifying. This is a 6 acid clarifying primer, and it basically, when you rub it on your fingers, it kind of creates this weird texture, and then you just put it into your face. It kind of creates like a poreless application. So when you put on your makeup, this goes on really easily, and it kind of works to like fill in your pores, because you know, sometimes, like as of right now, I'm a little bit broken out, so sometimes this really helps to make the makeup look a little bit more flawless instead of having it look kind of bumpy on the skin. See how red I get when I touch my face? It's the craziest thing. So that's what I use for the primer. Okay, so next up, since I do have a tan on my face right now, I'm going to be mixing the Tarte Double Duty Beauty Foundation with the Fit Me Matte and Poreless Foundation. So guys, really quick story. I've been using the Fit Me Matte and Poreless Foundation for probably like 5 years now, and I do have acne prone skin, so this is the answer. If you don't want to break out, if you don't want to have clogged pores, this is the one makeup that really stood by me, because I have oily and dry skin. It's the perfect combination. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pour a little bit of this onto anything you want. I guess I use like a little plastic thing here because there isn't a pump on this one. And then I'm going to mix in the Tarte, literally a drop. That's all you need. And remember guys, less is more with foundation. You don't want to use a crap ton and then it starts to look cakey on the face. So just remember to lightly applicate the foundation onto your skin. That's just my personal recommendation. I think it comes out better that way. So next I'm going to take this is a Morphe brush, don't know what name it is, but it's slanted, and I found that using a slanted brush for foundation always works better for my skin. So all I'm gonna do is mix that foundation together and lightly dab it back and forth onto your little, I'm just using like a little palette just to make sure that the makeup isn't clobby on here. And then I'm going to lightly brush that makeup into my skin, just like this. And I'm going to keep doing it until it blends onto the face. I'm getting in between, really getting rid of that redness on the face that I so love about myself. Just kidding, I don't love it. And really blending it obviously with the chin and the neck, super important guys. I've had days where I get ready in like a hotel room or something and I get ready in the dark and then I go outside and I'm like, what did I just do to my face? I look like a clown. So you gotta make sure that you have good lighting wherever you're doing your makeup. Make sure that you can see visibly that the makeup matches your current skin tone. Like I said, if you're using a self tanner or you got a spray tan or you got natural sun, it's important to have 2 different makeup shades, because if you don't, it's gonna look weird. So yeah, just keep blending that in. And honestly guys, I spend time on blending this in just to make sure that it's fully even on my skin. I don't want the makeup to be like super visible on my face. I want it to just blend. And then once I'm done blending, I will be going in with a beauty blender for that natural finish. Okay, so next up, I guess I thought I was filming, but I wasn't. Isn't it just so amazing how you think you're filming and then you do something? And I didn't even capture it. Okay, so what I did was, I'll redo it. I took my Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. This is color Light Neutral. And I added the concealer to 2 parts on my eyes. I did here on the sides, here in the front, and then I do my cheeks right here where everyone has those beautiful smile lines. And I'm going to take my beauty blender, my wet beauty blender, and just blend those in lightly. There's no reason to pat hard on here. You're just lightly dabbing it so it has a natural blend with that beauty blender. Same goes for in the corners. You can look up while you do it. It kind of helps. I know you can't really see well, but it does help me look up just so you don't have those lines to create that crease. Just dabbing it lightly here on the nose, making sure that that concealer is really blended into the face, but you can see how much it brightened up my under eyes and it brightened up those spots of my face that you really want to be highlighted. All right, so next up, while my foundation kind of sets in, I take the Laura Mercier setting powder, and this is the translucent, and I just take my already wet beauty blender, the same one that I use. This is the wrong one because I have two. Here it is. We're gonna open it up, and we're gonna take the corner of our beauty blender and just press it lightly into this translucent setting powder and lightly dab it onto those areas where I added the concealer. This is called baking. I don't do it every day, but sometimes I do it when I feel like I'm going to be outside sweating. Today I'm going to be outside shooting, so I figured baking just for a couple minutes is probably a good idea. Okay, so next up, we're all about the brows. So I have blonde eyebrows. I've gotten my eyebrows microbladed. I have done tinting, nothing stays. So I just came to the conclusion that I'm just gonna have to fill in my eyebrows and make sure that I'm decent at it. Like I said, I'm not a makeup artist, but I can kind of figure out things, I guess, here and there. So this is what I use. I have tried literally the most expensive brow products at Ulta, at Sephora, at any makeup store, and I always come back to this Ulta brand brow tint. This is the color Light, and it is so easy for excuse me, it is so easy for me to apply onto my eyebrows and just use every day because I just swipe right through. So I'm gonna show you guys how I use this, and hopefully you can get like a good view as I get closer to the camera. But watch how I slowly brush them in an upward motion. And the thing that I like about this brow applicator is that it's small, and if you have like, I guess, like faint eyebrows, it's easier to brush through them with like a smaller brush. But as you can see, I'm just using it here. And always use a light hand when you do this, especially if you're blonde. You don't want to be using like a dark brow brush and then pressing hard because it will really look fake. So I'm just brushing upward on each brow. And don't worry, we're going to clean them up after we finish. But look at the difference already. Obviously I had to clean them up, and my brows just got so much darker in a good way. So this is a great product if you guys want to try it out. Everything in this video I will be linking for you guys, don't worry. Okay, so next I'm going to take just a clear brow gel, and I'm going to brush the brows upwards to kind of set them. And this is an optional option. It's an optional option. I'm gonna take my Urban Decay brow blade. I don't know what people think about this. I've heard good reviews and I've heard bad reviews. I'm obsessed with this. So this brow blade, if you have like areas of missing hairs in your eyebrows, which I do in the front, this is an actual, I don't know if you can see the tip, but it's an actual blade that allows you to create hairs in your eyebrow. So if you want to watch me, this is how I create those faux hairs just in the front, and then I come in on each side and I go upward to create that hair, to make them look a little more full, like so. And maybe a little bit on the ends, but just easy peasy. I love that look when you have like the hairs just upwards. So that's a little hidden gem. I hope you guys like it. All right, so next up I'm going to take the same concealer that I used, and I'm gonna take a brush like so, an angled brush, and I'm just gonna go into the brow and clean that brow up, only because sometimes you make mistakes on the brow. I'm just gonna go in and clean it up. And take that brush and blend it, obviously, in to the skin. Right there, and then clean up the front, making sure that everything is even. Obviously, no brows are the same. They are sisters, not twins. I know you guys know that phrase. Perfect. So that's how I do my eyebrows. All right, so next I'm gonna go back in with a brush like this, and I'm going to make sure to dust off that baking that I did under the eyes. It's super important to dust everything off. You wanna make sure that's not sitting there, because it will eventually turn into like a dry look, which could be very disastrous in photos. And since I am an Instagram model, we don't want that. We don't want that. All right, next step, my beautiful people. We are going to add bronzer. This is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Cappuccino Powder Bronzer. And I use this with an angled brush, so I will show you. Just use an angled brush like so. I'm going to lightly, because this is a darker bronzer, I'm tan, but I'm not that tan. So I'm going to use it on my cheeks on the sides. We're gonna blend it into the forehead, and we're gonna go from there. Light-handed, guys. There's no reason to press hard, ever, when you're doing makeup. It will always be way too much. So we're just blending that in to the forehead, creating that sun-kissed look like I love in photos especially. Just contouring the nose lightly, the chin lightly. Yeah. And there's that bronzed natural look. As you can see, perfect. All right, and that's that step. All right, so next up we have blush. I use the Anastasia blush kit, and I use the color Coastline. It's kind of like a coral pink color because I have such a red undertone to my skin. I feel like that's the best option. So I'm gonna use Coastline. And remember, guys, when you're doing blush, don't just do circles. Go in upward motions on that cheek and push, just like that. Push it. Voila. And 2 little angles up there to make it look like you went outside and you roasted in the sun, but you really didn't, because that's really bad for your skin, and who wants to do that? All right, so we're getting close to the end, because like I said, well, actually I didn't even say, this is like my everyday makeup. This is just quick. I mean, if I was doing this on my own, it'd probably take me like 8 to 10 minutes. So next up, we are doing highlighter. Wanted to tell you guys about this amazing product. This is the Laura Mercier translucent powder, but this is their new glow powder, which means that it's a highlighter. And they sent this to me, and then they also sent me their applicator brush. It is so amazing. You literally already have that indent for your cheekbone set, ready to go. So all I'm gonna do is open this up. I'm gonna dab my brush in, blow it off, and watch this magic. Incredible, guys. This is my favorite product right now. It makes it so easy to create that perfect glow on your face. And then you can use the tip to do the nose, top of the lip, which is a very important tip, guys. If you put highlighter right here on the top of your lips will look very voluptuous in photos. Chin and corners of forehead. And that's that. So on a day-to-day basis, I don't usually do eyeshadow because I have eyelash extensions, but the only thing that I do sometimes is I take a brush like so, kind of like a fluffy tipped brush, and I take a highlighter. For example, this is the Morphe Extra Color Highlighter, and I just dab my applicator in, and I just highlight the corners just to give my eyes more of like a glow. I feel like it kind of opens my eyes a little bit more too. So that's it for the eyes. And then I'm gonna go in and obviously brush out my eyelash extensions, which is a super important rule of having them, is you have to brush them morning and night. So I brush them when I wake up, and then I brush them when I go to sleep as well. Okay, so lastly, I'm going to do my lips, which I use this NYX. This is the color Nude Truffle. This is one of their pencils. It's not a retractable pencil. This pencil you actually have to sharpen, which is fine with me because I love the color. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to go in and line my lips. Do not overline them. Just a natural line. And by the way, I have Vaseline on my lips as well. So I prefer to put Vaseline on my lips before I start my makeup routine, just to let it sit in. That way my lip liner does go on a little bit better. And then get that middle part right there. We're gonna take our finger, since we have a little Vaseline on, and just rub it and blend it into that lip. Natural blend. Okay, and that's that. And then lastly, I go in with a nude pink lip gloss. This is the MAC, it's called Bow, I don't know, but this is the color. I need more. And I'm going to not fully gloss the lips, but just add in there. Rub in. And you have that natural lippy. Like so. Okay guys, so there you have it. This is my everyday makeup routine. It probably takes me about 10 minutes total, sometimes 8 minutes if I'm in a rush. But that's how I do my makeup if you want to get a closer look. And I just like it natural. I like to feel light during the day. So yeah, if you guys are a fan of this, please like and subscribe to my channel. Please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Oh, and I forgot one last step. I can see it on camera right now. So this is the Living Proof Instant Defrizzer. It's kind of like a spray that you spray on your hair and it diminishes all those frizzies. So I'll kind of show you an example from far away. Oh, it's locked. Voila. That's just something that helps out with the frizz. Sometimes when you have a fresh blowout, it kind of gives you that frizz effect. So yeah guys, I will be linking all of these products below, and I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. I did it for you guys because a lot of you were requesting a get ready with me. I will be doing more soon, and I will be adding some other tutorial videos, such as how to put in my extensions or how to do my skincare routine at night, anything like that. So I appreciate you guys, and please don't forget to give this video a like, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much, and I'll see you guys next time.